CNN host stumbles as congressman drops truth bombs about hypocrisy and media bias. Selective outrage is deafening. CNN is quick to jump on certain stories. But when it comes to potential missteps within the Democratic Party, suddenly there's a lack of curiosity.
No one's disagreeing with that.
Well, then why are y'all not exposing it? Have y'all even talked about, hey, Mozambique, we sent them $10 million for circumcisions? Okay. I mean, goodness gracious, ma'am. Americans are paying
we've been covering at length
salaries
where the money is going to.
No, you haven't. All y'all do is run down Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and you continuously do this, and that's why your ratings are in the tank, ma'am. All right,
Congressman Tim Burchett, we're going to leave it there. I do appreciate your time coming on and having this conversation. Thank you very much. Congressman, hold on. I want to go to this question because, again, it's not a question of whether waste should be rooted out of the government. So many people agree with that. But now we're seeing it's the way it's being done. The government is trying to claw back several employees who oversaw nuclear weapons after they were fired. They realized, oh, we made a mistake. We need staffers who oversee nuclear weapons. A professor at the University of Maryland, Don Kettle, who specializes in civil service, told the Washington Post that, yes, the government is likely full of wasteful bloat, but said a clumsy fix is worse than no fix at all, saying it's like going to a meat market, getting a piece of steak and trying to cut out the fat with a sledgehammer. That would only make a mess of the meat.
All right, let's break this down. We've got a Republican representative going head-to-head with a CNN. Congressman calls out CNN on what he perceives as blatant hypocrisy and selective reporting. He throws some serious accusations, and CNN seems completely unprepared, stumbling over her words and cutting him off abruptly.
Do you think, Congressman, that is a fair point, that the way this is being done is clumsy rather than methodical?
Again, you're upset about you're attacking the message carrier, not the results. You talk about nuclear secrets. You had a person who was in charge of nuclear secrets, a man who dressed up as a woman, would go into the airport and steal women's luggage, was overseeing those nuclear secrets under the Biden administration, and I never heard y'all say a peep about that. Again, man,
I don't know anything about that. I'll be transparent.
Elon Musk, well, you need to look it up. It's all over the internet. It's all over. He was uncharged.
But the question is, this is unrelated to the people overseeing nuclear weapons being fired. And Elon Musk himself said, we're moving so fast, of course there will be mistakes. The question is, some of these mistakes are really high stakes. Accidentally firing people overseeing nuclear weapons. Do you see that point?
Humans will make mistakes, ma'am, but currently these are bloated programs. You have no-show employees that are angry that they're having to go back to work, that they've moved, and they're not.
No one's disagreeing. There's bloat and waste. No one's disagreeing.
Well, then why?
Here's where things get interesting and where my opinion comes in, hitting you harder than a double espresso. The hypocrisy is palpable. Congressman doesn't mince words. He directly accuses CNN of relentlessly attacking figures like Elon Musk and Donald Trump while conveniently ignoring or downplaying potential scandals or missteps associated with the Democratic Party or the Biden administration. This is not about party affiliation. It's about consistent standards. If you're going to hold one side accountable, you better hold the other side to the same fire. Are we seeing that here? I don't think so. The video clearly indicates that the CNN is being called out for hypocrisy. The congressman even questions if CNN has even bothered to investigate certain issues. This raises a critical question. Is CNN truly committed to unbiased reporting, or are they acting as a mouthpiece for a particular political agenda? The clumsy fix. Fallacy CNN brings up this analogy about using a sledgehammer to fix government. Bloat suggesting that a clumsy fix is worse than no fix at all. And this is a classic deflection tactic. Yes, a methodical approach is ideal, but that doesn't mean we should sit idly by while taxpayer money is being wasted or while critical government functions are being mishandled. This clumsy fix argument becomes a convenient excuse for inaction, perpetuating the very problems they claim to be concerned about. Are they really saying that because fixing the problem might be messy, we shouldn't even try? The ignorance or willful blindness is staggering. Congressman brings up a bizarre but serious situation involving a Biden appointee who was overseeing nuclear secrets and was allegedly involved in stealing women's luggage. CNN's response? She claims to know nothing about it. Now either she's being dishonest or she's incredibly incompetent. Either option is deeply troubling. This wasn't some obscure story buried in the back pages. It was a widely discussed topic that even made waves on CNN's own network. The source asked whether the CNN is honestly unaware of the nuclear official story or is simply lying to viewers. The idea that a journalist covering politics could be completely oblivious to such a high-profile case is frankly absurd. It begs the question, what other stories are being conveniently ignored or suppressed? The broader pattern of media manipulation. This interview isn't an isolated incident. It's symptomatic of a larger problem within the mainstream media. News outlets are increasingly prioritizing narratives over facts, shaping their coverage to align with a particular political agenda. This creates a distorted and polarized information landscape where viewers are only exposed to one side of the story. The effect of this? We are not informed, but indoctrinated. Critical thinking becomes an act of rebellion, deflecting from the sheer core issue. Note how the CNN attempts to steer the conversation towards high-stakes mistakes, such as accidentally firing people overseeing nuclear weapons. While that is a serious issue, Congressman skillfully redirects the focus back to the underlying problem of bloated programs and no-show employees. The host seems desperate to avoid this topic, perhaps because it exposes a deeper level of government waste and inefficiency that doesn't fit neatly into their preferred narrative. The CNN appears to be upset at the message and not the results. Now, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for or what to believe. My goal is to encourage you to think critically about the information you're consuming. Don't blindly accept what you see on CNN, Fox News, or any other mainstream media outlet. Do your research, seek out diverse sources of information, and form your own opinions. We, as consumers of information, need to start demanding more from our journalists. We need accountability. We need journalists who are willing to hold everyone accountable, regardless of their political affiliation. We need transparency. We need news organizations that are transparent about their biases and agendas. We need critical thinking. We need to develop our critical thinking skills so that we can discern fact from fiction and see through the media's manipulations. So, Black Coffee Crew, what's your take on all of this? Was CNN being hypocritical in this interview? Is the media giving the Biden administration a free pass? Let's get the conversation going in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more hard-hitting commentary. Stay woke, stay caffeinated, and stay critical. Peace.
Some of these mistakes are really high stakes. Accidentally firing people overseeing nuclear weapons. Do you see that point?
Humans will make mistakes, ma'am, but currently these are bloated programs.